right? So that's what we've got to look at. And there are three things that I'm going to leave you with. If this was a longer talk, I may have spoken about these three things for about 10 minutes each. But here I'm just going to leave you with three things that you've got to know that Geeta's got and has learned to use. And you have them, and post today, it is my expectation that you would learn to use them too. And the first thing is an understanding of energy. Energy is what's internal to us. Now, time is what we use, right? And most often we run out of time. There is no time. There's no time for so many things. It's because we are always trying to manage time, a factor which is outside of us. Whereas what we can never manage anything outside of us. What we can manage is what is inside of us. And what's inside of us is our energy, our inner power, right? And so by way of the way that Geeta lives her life and plans her schedule, she does three things that you can do with your inner power, which I would strongly recommend you to do in any which way that suits you. She conserves her power. Then she centers it, and then she directs it. Now, Sita, on the other hand, is got the same energy. Everybody's got energy, but she fragments it and she dissipates it. So with the result, at the end of the day, she's exhausted, whereas at the end of the day, Geeta is ready to go shopping or have fun time with her husband. So that's what your energy is about. And that, if you learn how to use your inner power and how to build your inner power, the three words are to conserve, center, and direct. That's what you're going to be able to do for enhancing productivity with whatever is existing within you. You already have. Now the second thing is focus. You remember as kids we took a magnifying glass and we could burn a piece of paper when we just got the focus right on a spot. Now focus is about doing things with that kind of intensity. And in Geeta's case, she's got to focus on having breakfast, a healthy breakfast. She lives a less stressed life, which again leads to greater energy. She sleeps more, which leads to greater energy. But we talk about focus. So when she's writing, when she's calling, when she's researching, she's focused on that. But when she's with kids, she's focused on that. And Sita, on the other hand, is multitasking. Now, we as corporate people are often told that it's a virtue to be able to multitask. We're taught multitasking, but sorry, that's sorry to break your bubble, but that's not productivity. When you're multitasking, you're not doing what Richard Branson does, and this is what comes out of his autobiography. He ought to know something. He's built $6 billion businesses. And he gives 10 minutes of focus time to each business during the hour. Maybe he spends an hour, but in 6 hours, he gives slotted time. And that's what Geeta also does. So when you slot your time, you focus, but you can do a lot of things. In an hour, you may have not exactly tasked, but multi-achieved. But in that time, you're focused. And that's what gives that intensity. And the third thing is what I call purpose. Now, I have a program called Inner Power with Sandeep, innerpowerwithsandeep.com, where a complete module is on this purpose. We spend intensive time on this. But it's about understanding how important it is to know what you are driven by. Now, Geeta, for example, has, in fact, before I tell you what she has, what she has to write a book. But, we often think that it requires a lot of discipline to create those habits, to be able to do things, to meet our purpose. But what she's done is, because she's clear on her purpose, she's got the entire family's habits oriented around giving her that space, time, stress-free and healthy life. Whereas Sita is putting her book on top of everything else. And in turn, she's teaching her kids how to become chauffeurs for their kids, rather than how to become independent, go to play and pack their own lunch boxes and disciplined. So discipline comes from habits, and habits come from various things. I'm not going to get into that one. This is a talk about productivity tools, which you didn't know you had, but you're born with. And I would urge you to find your purpose and structure everything around that. I'm here to help. I'm here to coach. I work online, and would be happy to connect with you. InnerPowerWithSandeep.com is the place to start. And let's do it.